What's up everyone, and I'm bringing a deck profile on my Tindangles. Now Tindangles is a flip-based strategy, kind of like Ghost Trick and Crawlers, but it does a few things a little bit differently. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First, I run 3 Tindangle Tolls, or Doles. The flip effect, you can send one spell trap from your deck to the graveyard, and if this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you target one Tindangle monster in your graveyard, except Doles, and special summon it, in face down defense position. And once per turn, a Tindangle Link monster that uses this card as material can make 3 attacks during each battle phase. So Doles is very important for their overall strategy. This is a card you're always going to want to have because the ability to make it a Tindangle Link monster attack 3 times during the battle phase is very good. Since Acute Cerberus can get up to around 3,000 attack, so it's basically you're attacking 3,000 attack 3 times. Basically an OTK at that point. I also run 3 Tindangle Drelth. Drelth's flip effect, you take one flip monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And if this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, send one Tindangle monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Drelth. And if you special summon this card in face down defense position. So that's definitely really good, and you definitely do want to get Tindangle monsters into the graveyard, because that's what powers up your Acute Cerberus. Also run 3 Tindangle Trinity. Trinity's flip effect is you can special summon Tindangle base Gardener from your deck. And if this card is flipped face up, your Tindangle monsters cannot be destroyed per battle. And if this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for the link summon of a Tindangle monster, you can add one Gorgon's End from your deck to your hand. Now, we really only use it for the flip effect, because if you don't really play Gorgon's End, it's not really all that great. Also run the 2 Tindangle base Gardener. If you control a face down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If a monster is not special summon to and is now pointed to an opponent's link monster, you contribute this card special summon to Tindangle monster from your hand or deck in attack position or face down defense position. Also run the 2 Intruder. Intruder's flip effect is you can add one Tindangle card from your deck to your hand. And when this card is normal summoned, you can send one Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard. And if a monster is special summoned to your field in face down defense position while this card is in your graveyard, you special summon this card from your graveyard in face down defense position. Also run the 1 Angel. Angel's flip effect is a special summon a flip monster from your hand or graveyard in face down defense position. I also run 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring as my hand trap of choice. Moving on to the spells, I run 3 Nigel's Protection. Now, Nigel's Protection on the field, Tindangle monsters in your main monster zone cannot be destroyed by a battle or your opponent's card effect, so it gives them a little bit of protection. And once per turn, if your Tindangle monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, the damage is doubled. So this works well in addition with the Acute Cerberus and the Doles, which obviously the Acute Cerberus, if you get up to 3,000 attack, and obviously Doles attacks 3 times, the damage on top of that is going to be doubled. So if you have Doles and Protection in addition to a 3,000 Acute Cerberus, that's basically a going second OTK, which is more or less what we're trying to go for. And while it's in the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and discard one Tindangle card to add one Nigel's Protection from your deck to your hand. So not only does it get you into your protection if you use an effect to send it to graveyard, but you can also discard one of your Tindangle cards, which will then trigger their effect. Also run 3 Stairs of Mail. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects, discard one Tindangle card, and if you do, apply one of these effects. Either change one face down defense position monster control to face up attack, or face up attack position monster control to face down defense position. And this turn you cannot discard another card with the same name as what you discarded. Now since this is a going second kind of OTK, gotta run the 3 Dark Hole and the 3 Raigeki, as cards are just good at blowing up your opponent's board. And my camera's going out of focus, there we go. Next I run 3 Proud of Prosperity. The extra deck for the most part we don't really use all that much. So you could make a excuse for extravagance, but while we don't use our extra deck a whole lot, we need to get into the cards we want in order for us to do the OTK properly. Also run 2 Foolish Barrel of Goods. Foolish Barrel of Goods allows you to send a spell trap from your deck to your graveyard, which is good because you can send either the Nigel's Protection or the trap, depending on your board stage, whichever one you're going to go for, but both are good options. I also run 2 Double Summon. Having the extra summon can be very important in case we don't have enough cards to go into Acute Cerberus in the first place. I also run the 1 Foolish and the 1 Monster Reborn. Moving on to traps, I run 3 Tindangle's Dulane. When you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, while you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, you can destroy the attacking monster, and if you do, special summon one Acute Cerberus from your extra deck. So if you're going first, this is definitely a good option to have, although we are going second, but if going second we're not able to get the job done, we'll at least have this to fall back on. And additionally, if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish this card, then target 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them, and face down defense position. And that's really good because we can also pull this burial goods it to the graveyard. Moving on to the extra deck, I run 3 Tindangle Acute Cerberus. Acute Cerberus gains 3000 attack if you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, including Tindangle Base Gardener. So Base Gardener is definitely a card you want to have in your graveyard. It gains 500 attack for each Tindangle monster it points to. At the end of the battle phase, if this card declares an attack, you can special summon 1 Tindangle token, which I guess is okay, but you're not really going to be doing much with that token. Also run 3 Subterra Behemoth Fiendus. Behemoth Fiendus is requires 2 flip monsters and gains attack equal to the combined levels of all Subterra monsters. I think that part doesn't matter. During your main phase, you can send 1 flip monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon a monster from your hand or face down defense position to use on this card points to. So this is really good at getting more flips to the field. Also running 1 blocker, which level allows us to back out of the natural protection or Stairs Mail or those 2. Also run the 1 Nightmare Unicorn and an access code to help going for game if we're not able to get game off of the Acute Cerberus. Also run some pretty good rank 4s like Abyss Dweller, Exciton Knight. Also run the number 61 Volcasaurus and Artifact Durendal. We can make rank 5s in this. And also run 2 Zeus to round up the extra deck. That's it for my Tindangle deck profile. Let me know what you think of Tindangles. Think it's pretty good? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.